and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and in today's episode, I'm going to go through a little bit more technique, okay? And in today's episode, I want to go over how we did mangas, okay? So, everyone's sort of familiar with the fact that, especially in the modern era, okay, a lot of the mangas have been all now translated, and you can go to a library, you can go to, your bookstore like Barnes and Noble, or, Indigo, or Chapters, and there's like a whole big section of manga all translated into English for you, okay? And of course, that's really great and handy because, with the help of things like Photoshop and whatnot, that makes it pretty easy, I guess, yeah? But what happens, in the era before Windows, okay? Before we had Photoshop and before we could all do that. So, when I was digging through archives, I found this old binder, okay? I found this binder, and this binder contains when I was doing the manga translation for Orange Road number 9. Okay, so this is the manga for Orange Road number 9. Now, you may ask, well, so basically, obviously in the modern era, you're all used to using, I would just take the thing, we'll scan it into the computer, we'll flip it over, we'll use the ink brush and we'll erase out the words and we'll put our own words in there, we'll make new cells, we'll do the, over flip or flip it over the horizontal or flip it vertical so that everything's in the right, paging order. But of course, again, explained in previous episodes that, again, we didn't have computers that was capable of doing this type of scanning. We didn't have Photoshop the way that we have Photoshop now, okay? Again, you gotta think, what kind of Photoshop, what kind of computers are you gonna be doing if you don't even have Windows 95, okay? So, we don't even have a Windows interface, okay? So, how are you gonna do things like flipping and do all this stuff and fonts and all this stuff? You can't, right? So, what I did is we photocopied these pages, okay, out of the manga, as you can see. Pop open the binder here. So basically what it is that I actually photocopied each of the different pages out of the magazine and basically, cut the pages out and put them into, basically 8.5 by 11 and onto like basically a binder sort of form, okay? And then basically what I was able to do is basically put the manga together, okay? Now, I'm just going to go flip ahead a couple pages here just to show you what I've done, okay? So basically what I've done is I've photocopied these pages, okay? And then basically as I got the translation, I basically was able to glue them on to the pages where they needed to be. So literally like the old-fashioned newspaper-style scrapbooking type of method, okay? So basically, taking what I need there, took a typewriter and actually typed in the titles of this particular issue of Orange Road, and basically stuck it right on top of where it was supposed to be, and fit for those particular titles, okay? So I'll continue flipping a few more pages here. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So this is how we basically took a page. So you can see that I've again photocopied the page here, and then I literally used liquid paper and whited out all the Japanese that are in these little boxes here. Okay. Made me hard for you to see that on the camera there, but that's essentially what that is. It's all the liquid papered out here, all the vertical lines of text there, and then basically I've then just fed it back into a standard, typewriter, manual typewriter, and typed all the text and all the dialogue back in to each of the different cells. Okay. Gives you an idea right there, right? So again, same idea. Just liquid papered right all over the text that would normally be up and down vertically in these cells here, and then basically used a standard electric typewriter here, and just and you basically, you know, centered, uncentered, and lined it all up. Okay. Okay. Same idea here, right? Okay, so just even with the, you know, these big blocks of dialogue here over here, again, they're all been done up and filled in. Here's another example page of that. Okay, so again, all those different words. Okay, you know, I mean, you can obviously tell that the word "kia" would have been written right here, crosswise here, but again, I liquid papered that out and then used a standard typewriter and typed right over that. So again, I went through the entire sort of manga book. You know, filling in that kind of thing, different sort of text and that kind of stuff on it. Let me just find a page that I think I have a work page here, which so here's all my sample work pages. So again, you can see where I've basically, you know, scanned in the page, I've liquid papered and whited out all the dialogue, but left all the bubbles there. Okay, and then now it's just basically ready to feed this into a manual typewriter and have the, you know, the translation of the text typed in to each of these little cells. Again, no ability to change the font size or the font type. It's just whatever you know, key that I hit on my typewriter, it's going to go whack up and imprint the letters on that particular thing. Again, this is sort of one of the ways that we had to do you know, manga translations and that kind of stuff back in the day before Windows was you know, predominant enough for you to get translation. Again, you're spoiled in the modern era where you've got Scanlations, you've got, you know, mangas available like literally everywhere. They sell books nowadays, and you know, it's not too difficult to get them. Okay, but this gives you an idea. It wasn't so easy not that long ago. All right, so what you want to do right now is you want to go right down below, click like, click subscribe, okay? And we're going to get into more episodes of, you know, this sort of period of anime that we had to build up to what you got nowadays, okay? So, till next time, see you.